Okay, so something really big has just happened in Nepal. A new government has been formed, and this isn't just your standard political reshuffle. Led by the Rashtriya Swatantra Party, this feels like it could be a real turning point for the country.
And when I say turning point, I mean it. This new cabinet represents a pretty significant shift. A lot of its members are completely new faces, coming from way outside the traditional political circles, and they're bringing a very different set of skills and experiences to the table.
So, you're probably asking, who are these people? Who are the key figures now in charge? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down who now holds the reins of power and what their backgrounds tell us about where Nepal might be heading next. All right, let's start with the heavy hitters, the big three ministries that really form the core of any government: finance, foreign affairs, and home affairs. The people leading these are absolutely crucial. First up is the new finance minister, Swarnim Waghel. Now, in a country that's laser-focused on economic growth, you can bet that all eyes are on him and his strategy for the nation's finances. And his resume is, well, just incredibly impressive. We're talking a PhD in economics from a top Australian university, studies at the London School of Economics and Harvard, plus high-level experience at the UN and the World Bank. This is someone who has been deep in Nepal's economic planning for years. And this quote right here, this tells you everything you need to know about his ambition. This isn't just some vague promise. It's a massive, concrete, high-stakes target that he's setting for himself and for the country. Okay, next, let's look at foreign affairs. Shishir Kanal is taking the helm here. What's really interesting is that his background isn't in traditional diplomacy. He has a master's in public policy and founded Teach for Nepal, a really respected nonprofit. So his approach to the world stage is likely going to be shaped by this unique mix of policy, social activism, and international experience. Now, handling the critical Home Affairs Ministry is 38-year-old Sudin Gurung. He's not known for a long career in politics, but for his deep roots in social activism, especially his work after the big 2015 earthquake. And this story, this just brilliantly shows you his style. It's become kind of a legend in political circles. Instead of just waiting around, he literally locked two key leaders in a room and stood sentry outside until they hashed things out. That's a proactive, get-it-done approach if I've ever seen one. All right, moving on. One of the most striking things about this new cabinet, when you really look at it, is the sheer brain power. This is a government packed with experts, academics, and technocrats. I mean, just take a look at this. The Minister for Information, a PhD in politics, the Labor and Transport Ministers, both PhD scholars, and of course we already know about the Finance Minister's PhD in economics. This is a seriously well-educated group. And the expertise doesn't stop with doctorates. The new law minister is a law graduate who is also a health journalist. The transport minister, also a civil engineer who advised the PM on infrastructure. You've got a health minister with a master's in nursing and a tourism minister who's a published author. The point is, these are people with deep, practical knowledge in the fields they're now leading. But it's not all just about academic credentials. This cabinet is also bringing in some powerful new voices from communities that have been on the margins for a very long time. And it's all happening alongside this huge surge of youthful energy. Let's start with Sita Badi. Her appointment is, and I'm not exaggerating here, truly historic. She is the first ever cabinet minister from the Badi community, which is one of Nepal's most marginalized and excluded groups. Her personal story is just incredible. I mean, think about this. She went from sifting sand in a river as a child just to survive to only attending school for the first time at age 12. And from there, she went on to get a master's degree specifically to understand her community's struggle. Her journey to a cabinet position is nothing short of extraordinary. And in a similar vein, you have the new agriculture minister, Geeta Chowdhury. She's from the Thiru community and has a master's in law. But what does she do with it? She provided free legal aid to over 150 of the most vulnerable people in her region, fighting for them in court. Her work is completely rooted in grassroots activism. And then, of course, there's the youth movement. The new education minister, Sasmit Pakrel, is just 29 years old. But he's not new to politics at all. He got involved with reform movements when he was only 18. He was a key player in Balen Shah's big mayoral campaign, and now he's aiming to tackle one of Nepal's toughest challenges, the quality of education.
So after looking at all these different people, what does it all mean? Well, what we have here is a brand new team with a very clear mandate from the people to bring about real change.
If you had to sum it all up, these are the defining traits, right? This cabinet is highly educated, it's young, it's incredibly diverse, from international experts to grassroots activists. And maybe most importantly, it's overwhelmingly made up of people from outside the political old guard. It really is a cabinet of doers, thinkers, and activists.
And that, of course, brings us to the final critical question. This new team is, without a doubt, a clear break from the past. They have the credentials, they have the energy, they have diverse perspectives. But is that going to be enough to navigate the huge challenges ahead and actually deliver the fundamental change that so many people in Nepal are hoping for? That remains the ultimate test.